Hey guys. Hey. This is Future Kelly. I am heartbroken. If you're looking for the Heart Killers reaction, I was so excited. We did a reaction together, a whole family, included my brother. It was a good time. And genius here that I am. I did not share it properly, and so it muted everything. Not only did it mute the show, it muted us as well. So we have our conversation before, our conversation at the end, but we do not have the series. But my brother joined us. I'll share you the intro that explains that. And then we had a very brief conversation at the end, which was good. So I don't know if you want to hear like our afterthoughts of the episode 2, but episode 2 is now, it's gone away. We'll be back together on Sunday. Maybe we can convince my brother to join another one. That would be nice. I don't know if he will or not, but we'll try. It's not 100% his cup of tea as far as types of shows. He watches queer cinema. It's not really an issue for him. It's more, this is not necessarily his speed in like a type of show that he would enjoy. Although, I'll let him speak for himself because he does talk about how he feels. So anyways, I just wanted to put this at the front, say that I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do too much. I'm team too much right now. I need to chill out. It was my bad. Anyway, here you go. Here we are. Enjoy. Hi, hello. It's Kelly BL Chef, and I'm here with the family. We've got Omni and Nikki like always, and now Big Brother Wes.
Hey, Big Brother!
Woo! So I am at home. I told you guys I'd be traveling this week. I'm at my sister's back home. We threw a birthday party, a surprise party for my dad. So we're all a little full of food and a little bit tired. But there is no way we're recording tomorrow. So we decided to do it today. And then we attacked Wesley with all BL stuff. So he just learned yesterday.
Yeah, I got a crash course.
So he has now been bullied and not bullied. He's not. You don't have to bully him. Indoctrinated. So he is joining us today for episode 2 of the Heart Killers. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, I can't. Okay, all right. So we're gonna watch. Yay! Woo-hoo. Okay. Okay. Yay!
That was fun. Yay! Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks,
There's
Barbara.
no postmortem.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah.
What's your what are your thoughts?
Am I on the spot?
No, you asked. So I was like, do you have any parting thoughts about your first episode of BL?
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that your history of films that you like, and I can see the appeal and the parallel for this particular show with things that you grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think why I don't get engaged more with these is because a lot of my viewing, even shows that I really love, is like background viewing.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
can't.
That makes sense.
That's fully dock in.
Yeah, I just can't sit and like I haven't even watched Squid Games because I'm like I gotta sit and watch subtitles.
Yeah.
I love films with
subtitles.
Yeah.
I used to too. I think as I got older, it's harder. Like you said, you gotta sit.
You have less
but
time.
Also, there's shows that I sit and watch, but for me, it's hard. It's harder to read.
Yeah,
the eyesight's going, and also my brain doesn't grasp. There's so many things going on. It's hard for me to read and do all the things. So, but I think my younger brain didn't have a problem with that.
I don't think it's about older brain, younger brain. I do think it's about comprehension too of the differences in language.
Yeah,
the differences in reference.
Yeah,
so it's not just like I'm reading English. It's like I'm reading English, but it's an interpretation of Thai. And then what does that actually like? Right. What does that phrase mean?
Right.
What are you? What are you trying to say? What are you inferring? Yes, exactly.
That's very because I know like a lot of the stuff I used to watch. They had subtitles, French, Spanish.
Yeah,
I knew those languages.
They're very European sensibilities, and so you can extrapolate easier onto those than it is with Asian cultures, right? Because it's slightly different. I think Japanese, to a certain extent, I think people get normalized with that because of anime and things like that. But even with that, like Yes, it's a different cultural differences that are then on the screen that you have to read. Removed. So it's even another level removed. Mm-hmm. So then I do a lot of watching / pausing.
Yeah, I can pause.
There's fast talking too. Yeah, you gotta go back because they'll say da da da, but then it's like 2 sentences.
Right.
And things like that. So
there's a I don't know, people have strong feelings about Secret Crush on You, but in the translations of that show, they had fans do it instead of like a regular translator, and so they put the context.
I love it when
so
they do that.
Cool. Like there was one scene that was referencing a really famous Thai movie, and they put like what, because everybody was, it was supposed to be this really funny moment, but we don't know Thai movies, so they explained. It was like all this exposition of it. This is the movie, and the actress from that movie was in the scene, and it was like a horror movie she was in. So they're like in a normal scene, but all of a sudden, like it gets really dark and this apple like rolls across the floor. And if you didn't know anything, you wouldn't know that in the scene in the horror movie, like this is the point where like the monster or whatever appears, and she literally does the line from the movie. So, those
just
types
like
of
all the references that just happened in this today. If you didn't know any of those shows, any of those films,
I think those are folded in. So they're folded in though at a high level. So none of that seemed like out. I guess they seem like plausible things that could happen. Apple rolling across the floor randomly.
The fact that they were in a normal scene and then it gets dark and then she drops this apple and it rolls and the whole room is like.
It was obviously supposed to be a statement, but you weren't sure what the statement
was. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the extra level. I don't know. I think once you get
but then you start learning.
You get dialed into it, and there's also the music, the way that gets played with. That's completely different from Western media.
So this one isn't. I would say this show doesn't do that as much because he really likes Western media. Yeah. So this one isn't as like a typical Thai show. But a lot of Thai shows, they're doing the soundtrack. The songs are very much integral to the plot. There's all this extra. They do a really good,
sing the songs.
They do a good job kind of sucking you in because there's so much around it. It's not just like, we go to the family, we go to all these other things. There's these other things tied to it that make you somewhat learn the culture too.
Yeah, it's kind of a K-pop kind of bent, right? So that fandom is it's a full 360.
Yeah, this is
they give you music, but then they also give you tactile things. They give you social media, like at all times. They want to envelop you in the fandom so that you feel like I can be docked in at any moment with what's going on, what's happening.
Yeah, it's never adult. I don't know how they do it. It's never a moment where there's not something.
Well,
happening.
I think they're tired. Like a lot of the folks that are doing this work, especially the actors and actresses. I'm pretty sure they have a allotted amount of time that they have to spend with us as viewers, and so
because they go on lives, they do interviews.
K-pop or Thai?
Both. They're pretty. So
they follow that kind of model, right? Of
engagement.
Engagement. Yes, that engagement model. Exactly.
And it's I think the difference between like Hollywood is they really are trying to create that I know you, you know me experience, right? They're trying to make you feel.
Yeah, so tangible. I think, I think the difference, with Hollywood and Western media is there's a mystique around our
intentional distance.
Yes, there's an intentional distance because they don't want you to wonder about their lives. Yes. They don't want you to actually know what's happening in their lives. And so K-pop, teen pop, all of this media takes the opposite the fact, and they're like, oh, but you really, really know me, but we really don't.
We don't
because you are very much kind of calculating those things and giving us that manufactured impression of who you are. But it is the other side of that coin, which makes money for them, in a different type of way because they're like.
So the one in that last scene, like now he's not. I think he's an exception, not a rule. But he'll go on live at 1 a.m. from his bedroom and just be like, "What you guys doing?"
The one I was saying, he's serious in this, but he's like silly.
Oh yeah.
He's
very adept at social media
He taught half the people there how to do it, so he knows.
So, like, instead of them having teams, they will actually do the social media themselves.
Well, I think they have teams that tell them it's time for you to do the social media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when they say manager, it's a different connotation, right? So a manager, and I feel like for Western actors and actresses, is somebody who actually manages your career. They have those folks that do that like go out and do the business transactions for you, but they also have managers. Some of them, I think their managers in particular, act in both ways.
So I will say some of them have managers with the company, and some of them have their own outside company.
But my description of manager is they manage your life,
personal.
So I will say
they manage your career.
I don't know if it's as hands-on as it used to be.
So K-pop is manager life.
So no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Take their company. You can tell they've been given a quota. Do this many lives, right?
That's
some of them will. So it's not like do the live now, but so some will hop on and it'll just be the most awkward thing, and then you'll know that they were like, gotta clock in that hour or two, on the live. Where he actually, when he's getting on at 1 a.m, he's chatting, he's bored, he's bored, he can't sleep, and he's decided to chat. So that I don't think that's like mandated.
It's very genuine when he is engaging. It's very organic and genuine when it comes up.
He'd be going live whether he was an actor or not.
Yeah.
He'd just be, he's that person.
But I think some people are more comfortable in those spaces.
He's definitely comfortable. Like, I don't mind. Like, I don't want to watch everybody live. But I'm watching
the ones that are doing it, and I see less of it. I think they tried to force it. I don't see them doing that as much because it didn't work, because the ones who didn't want to be there were just like this.
Well, there's some of that, but it also depends on where you're doing it, right? Because there's some that hop on TikTok because the stickers and the hats and the things and the roses they still make money off of that. Isn't it another revenue stream?
Do they get the money?
Yes, because
I don't know that they do, Nikki.
People
in Thailand.
I don't know about in Thailand.
No,
they don't get the money?
Do not, because Jim and I at one point he was on and he didn't understand, and he was like, "Is that money?" And someone was like, "You get the money," and he said, "Do we get the money?" Like he basically called to like put them on Front Street. Like I never seen this money.
Oh, because it was a callback in my brain to Jackson Wang. He did a live and he was on there, and all these things started happening. He was like, "What is that? What is happening? What they're giving me roses? What's going on?" And people on the side were like, "Oh, they're paying for that. They're giving you money." He said, "What?" And he said, "Don't do that. Stop doing that. Don't do it." And the people wouldn't stop. And he was like, "Gotta go." And he turned it off.
I think it depends. Like GMM, I don't know who has ownership of those accounts. Right. Like a Kuwar who's out of it, he does it. He's just kind of doing his own thing. He gets that money. But like because GMM is a company that has a lot of actors under it. They are like she said, kind of running everything. I thought
you meant, do they get money like Canadians can't be in there? Like
no. I mean, just because the fans are paying. I don't know if they have.
It is about owning your own account,
access to that, because you would have to have your thing connected, and I think those are done under the company. I'm unclear.
That totally makes sense to me. It probably is done under the company. Hi guys. We're just chatting.
I mean, just think about that stuff, man.
I was like,
because when I'm with Sarah and Yoshi, we go at least half hour
over. Okay,
and everybody's like, "It's the podcast."
You know why we don't go a half an hour over?
Because they all have.
We have to make dinner. For our family. They're
usually like, "I have a family."
I always have.
Oh!
I thought he was coming at 7.
It's 6:57.
That clock is wrong.
Absolutely. It's an hour off. I kept looking at that clock going, we're in a time warp. Something's wrong. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. I'm not kidding.
All right, everybody. People have to go now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yay, brother.